So whilst we have in every frequency spectrum the Council of Nine pretty much governing, it's flanked either side by two councils. On one side is the Council of Seven, and on this side of the ledger we have the being you know as Michael, or Archangel Michael, which is also known as the Great White Brotherhood. And also known as the Council of 12. Okay? So in every frequency you have the Council of 9 flanked either side by the Council of 7 and the Council of 12. It's not like here in this reality that we're in on planet Earth we have a set structure and then everything out there is all wishy-washy. It's not the case. It's not like that. There is organisation on every frequency spectrum throughout our creation here, throughout the universe. It needs to be that way. If you look out at Mother Nature, for example, and you think, my goodness, that's really quite chaotic, or the way a river runs down a stream, and it's called the chaos theory, the way the water just swirls everywhere, and you think there's no organisational to it. Well, no, in fact, on a higher level of understanding, that's perfectly organised. And every swirl goes in a certain way because it's supposed to, and every animal behaves in a certain way because that's the way it's been organised for it to do so. And that's fact. There's organisational structure on every level of existence and every frequency spectrum. And these are the beings and the organisers to run that. What you have here is, on two sides of polarity, they're both white light. What you call here the dark side doesn't mean blackness, okay? Lucifer, the name in itself, means the enlightened one, okay? The illuminated one, okay? What that represents is the energy of the light of knowledge. That is the expression of the white light of knowledge. There are two different kinds of white light that we're talking about here, all right? And this is a very, very critical understanding. The reason it's white light is because it's the entire spectrum. It contains all the information in there. All the colours together make up the white light. Alright? And for the beings that work with black light, they call it, they say, well, that contains all the spectrum in it. Well, black just doesn't reflect. It eats everything up. So it just doesn't reflect back the colours. That's why it has the whole entire spectrum in there, okay? Okay, now on this side of the ledger we have the energy of white light, which is a lot of the New Age movement refers to, and they call it the light of God and all that sort of stuff, is what's known as the white light of conditional love. So that's really important that we understand this. So here you have the white light of knowledge, and on this side of the spectrum we have the white light of conditional love. Conditions apply with that energy. Okay? They're the ones that say, these guys are evil. To be a Christed being, you're outside of that. When you're a Christed entity, you understand that the beings on this side of the ledger are just as loved and adored and important as all the beings on this side of the ledger. Now, what you refer to as the energy of evil is something different. The majority of that energy, the vast majority of that energy, exists below the fifth. There's a veil there. Okay? What that is what you term evil. It exists on both sides, and it is the misuse of the white light of knowledge and the misuse of the white light of conditional love. That is what we refer to as evil. Okay? So while you have, I don't mean to be derogatory by this statement, but I need to make it, what we call the white lighters out there, who sit there blasting away all these entities with all this energy, you've got to understand what you're playing with there. It's no different to getting a gun in this reality and shooting that guy because you reckon he's evil, or taking that person out because you reckon that's a murderer or a rapist or whatever, and indiscriminately just walking around taking these people out. It's really important that this understanding comes forward, that you can't just go blasting all these things other life forms with all this energy. It's really important. You're creating a lot of karma for yourself in other realities. Okay? I'm not saying that applies to absolutely everybody, because some are spiritual warriors and they're here to perform that role for certain reasons. But when you come across these books that teach you how to use all this light, it's important that we do it with respect. And we give these energies a chance to, you say to them, please go, I'm going to have to use this energy. And you give them the opportunity. And then you gently start introducing that energy. You don't just go, like double barrel shotgun in one go. It's just not right. You're dealing with life. It's just on another level. Okay? So it's a very important understanding that we have that. That's understanding duality and understanding when you're above that, both are equal, no matter what. Okay? And that's what it means to be a Christed being, to have that complete understanding and respect it. So George Bush, at the end of the day, I don't mean to pick on him, or let's go back in history, Adolf Hitler, for example, benevolent beings, they play a very, very important role. They created a scenario that we're supposed to learn from. Okay. White light of conditional love. Yeah, conditions apply because it's one side of polarity. You know how before I said it's waveform? Okay, that's Michael and Lucifer. And that's, from here down is this side. Because you can get the universe too, and you can draw it a different way. So you draw it like that, if you wanted to, and draw that like that. And then you have your waveforms up here, and you have the Christed energy up here. Up here, the spectrum's like this. The frequency's really, 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 really fast, right? And as you get further down to here, the waveform is slower and more dense. Okay, so on this side you can say is Lucifer, and you can have Michael up here if you like. Or the other way around, doesn't matter. Both spectrums together, unified as one, is what unconditional love is. That's the golden light. Yes. Because we are a fractal of the universe, we are universal embodiment here. So what's important to understand, inside each and every one of you have access, right, and are gaining more and more access all the time. You have within you all the darkness of all the evil that exists in the universe is inside of you, and all the white love exists inside of you as well. Okay? Each and every one of us have that within us. And it's how we choose to use that energy, how we choose to express ourselves with that energy. That's the important thing. And this is what we're learning here. But the grand question is, who are we? Where do we all come from? The answer is quite simple, really, at the end of the day, is you were here in the third dimension, and when you get to the seventh dimension and below, there's physical reality. Beyond the seventh, you start to lose physical form and you go into more energy type of ways of existence. Where we come from is in another dimension, like the fourth or the fifth, on another planet, in another star system, and we've incarnated here, down into planet Earth, into the third dimension here, because what we are trying to do here, or not what we are trying to do, what we are achieving here is a universal embodiment, where any being on any level of reality can incarnate to one place. Any being that feels they have disconnected themselves or detached themselves from God can then incarnate and go through the life's experiences required to learn what it means to be in the image of God. A humane being. A being of compassion, of love, of understanding, of caring, all those qualities that make up and constitute a humane being. And once you do that, you get that understanding, that mindset back. Then you know you are at one with creation and you are no longer separate. You're no longer this small embodiment here existing in this reality and everything is out there. The understanding comes through that you are here, and yes, all you people are out there, but I'm all one with you. I'm a part of you. The same energy that runs through my atoms is the same energy that runs through your atoms.